Today on the channel, we got a bonus WWE Mattel Wrestling Figure News segment as we got a lot of stuff that was missed in the toy news of the week.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for a bonus WWE Mattel toy news video as we scratched a little bit of the surface yesterday's toy news. However, throughout Friday night, the Mattel team made some announcements, showed some new pretty promotional images of some new series that we didn't get to in the toy news. So I said, you know what? Let's make a bonus toy news video on these WWE Mattel announcements from Friday, and that's what leaves us right here. So Mattel came through, and of course, Ringside, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% of Ringside collectibles. We got some new announcements there, and we also talked about in the toy news yesterday, it looks like the brand new San Diego Comic-Con exclusive is coming up this week, this Thursday, the 20th. It will officially be announced by Mattel and a lot of other outlets as well. I have seen this. You guys know that. I gave some hints in the toy news video. Check that one out. But I think some people will be happy with this one. But me, personally, I kind of keep scratching my head. It is 40th year of Hulkamania, 40th anniversary. It's been a very Hulk Hogan heavy year. I feel like they should have brought that home with San Diego Comic-Con. I know a lot of people are Hulkstered out, but to me, you're already in deep. We're already in the deep waters. Let's give us that Suburban Commando Hulk Hogan. Let's get that Hulk Hogan in a tux. Let's get Pirate Hulk Hogan. Would have loved to have seen any of those. Unfortunately, not in the card here. And I'm not even the biggest Hulk Hogan guy, but this one will speak to more collectors. It is a legend. It is a Hall of Famer. So I think a lot of people will be excited about this one. So stay tuned this week. Much more on that figure, or maybe figures, or maybe a box set. Who knows what it could be? You'll have to stay tuned. But I did give some pretty good clues yesterday in the toy news. Stay tuned to that. But I guess we'll talk about a little Mattel Creations, which I assume the San Diego Comic-Con will be available on Mattel Creations like years past, and of course at the show as well. We'll stay tuned to that, more on that on the 20th, like I did say. But Mattel Creations, the LWO box set, apparently coming real quick. Steve Osier from Mattel did show some more pictures out there. I believe this was originally earmarked for August, which I guess August is right around the corner, so maybe this is going to come early, maybe it's going to come in July. Definitely happier times for the LWO, as we do know, but a really cool box set, and it really feels over the last year we've got a lot of box sets from Mattel, and that could be a new thing. Back in the saddle again, like a new Aerosmith. They could be doing that with more box sets in our future, and I like that because it gets maybe some key characters that we like that maybe wouldn't set the retail pegs on fire out there. So it definitely feels different, definitely looks different, and if you're an LWO fan, you gotta love this box set. Very colorful, very cool, and a lot of cool figures in here, and some first time in the lines as well, which you can't beat that. You guys know we all love a first time in the line figure, but real fun right around the corner, and I believe they said maybe more of these will be available as open stock. Not a huge fan of that, honestly. Nobody likes people sitting on your money, especially in this day and age, and that's what Mattel seemed to do. They said, hey, order it or forever hold your peace. Well, if they open up open stock really in the future, well, I'm not going to pre-order. I'm just going to hang tight. I'm going to hang loose and wait for it to go open stock. So a little bit of a mixed message from where I said, as you guys know right here at this very YouTube table. But the LWO right around the corner. Can't wait to unbox that one on the channel, so stay tuned for that. More and more people, we talked about it yesterday in the toy news, more and more people hitting their Walmart. Seems out in the West, in the United States West, finding Monday Night Wars Series 3. The majority of us never even sniffed Series 2, let alone Series 3. So very interesting turn of events there. We do know those were up for pre-order. Series 2 was not pre-order at Walmart. Series 3 was pre-order at Walmart. So there is still that chance you can get your pre-order. You'll probably get your pre-order, just when will you get it? That's always the thing. Obviously, Walmart does cancel some pre-orders from time to time, but I have to think these will come out. Wouldn't be shocked. Maybe there'll be like a SummerSlam shipper of some kind. We've seen that with all the big pay-per-views. Maybe that's where these 3rd and Series 2 might end up in the future. We'll just have to wait and see. But Series 3 could be hitting your stores this week if you're out there on the toy hunt. Now, we did mention this yesterday. We talked over it briefly. Series 2, the Target exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle WWE crossover event of a lifetime. We did see pretty pictures of those. We got Cody Rhodes in package and out of package. A really cool thing you can do with this, if you want to get all the turtle stuff off of it, you can. You can have just a straight up Cody Rhodes figure, or you can have a mix match, or you can go straight up Casey Jones with it. But very, very cool. Man, I'm ready for a new Cody head scan. I've been saying that for quite some time. If you did watch Cody's interview with the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast channel, of course, over on YouTube, if you did watch that, you said Cody did mention he hasn't even been scanned yet. So they're using old scans and old pictures. It'll be interesting if they get him scanned anytime soon. But Cody, no stranger to the line, no stranger, once again, part of this turtle line. But a fun line by all looks considered. The packaging is dynamite on these things. So really very cool figure for Cody. Then you move over to Seth Rollins as Leonardo. He's got his katana blades. He's ready to be on the attack here. Very interesting Seth Rollins. Once again, a wild Seth Rollins outfit. But Seth Rollins is used to those wild outfits. So it makes sense if you wanted this just as a Seth Rollins figure, or you want him as a turtle crossover, you can do that. He even comes with a stand to hold his katana blades. Thought that's pretty cool. And another guy that comes with stands is, of course, Rey Mysterio, who got the Raphael position. We do got him here, and he's got a spot to hold his size if you want to do that. Once again, feels like a Rey Mysterio figure if you want to kind of strip a lot of the turtle stuff off him or put it on there. Choose your own Rey Mysterio adventure. Never shy of Rey Mysterio is Mattel, and he is a part of this line as well. So another 3 figures. Series 1, I believe, showing up end of August, early September. I would think Series 2 will be right on those heels. So it'll be very interesting to see how that does at retail. Will it go to clearance? Will it be peg warmers? Going to be very interesting line, but I'm definitely, my interest is peaked, and I'm getting more excited for that line as things go, which is a good sign. I would say if I'm excited, maybe others might be as well. So look for those at Target very, very soon. But we did finally see carded images of Main Event Series 149, not just basics anymore. They are main event figures. And the main event figures selling off of Ringside and other places pretty quickly and getting a little bit harder to find at retail. So Mattel really has to like that with extra basic main event sales coming their way, a little harder to find. I'm still on the hunt for that last Bret Hart Chase edition. Hopefully I can find that very soon. And now I'm on the hunt for the $1 Million Man in the black and green suit. Can't wait to get those in the collection and review those on the channel here. But we did see carded images of 149, an extremely strong basic. Keep going basic. It's a hard habit to break. The Main Event Series 149, an amazing set, a sleeper set. If I would have saw these pictures when they originally Ringside just had dummy pictures up because they didn't have images yet, if I would have had these when the pre-order went up, I would have ordered the entire set, as there's only one that I don't really need, but I would have picked it up just to save a little bit. We're going into 149. We got Cody Rhodes, but first thing I noticed about this Cody Rhodes figure, it looks like he's missing his neck tattoo, which is really, really strange, but it is Cody, and I guess backstage gear, street gear, whatever you want to call it, kind of the cutoff hoodie going on. A different Cody Rhodes. We've got a lot of wrestling Cody Rhodes. We've got suited between the elites and the main event line. I'm happy that we get somewhere in between here. It feels different, feels fresh for Cody Rhodes, let's be honest. No stranger to any Mattel line over the last couple of years, I guess, at this point. So very excited to get that Cody Rhodes in the collection. Sheamus, the one I mentioned about, doesn't really feel all that special. I guess it's a new Sheamus in the main event articulation style, so that is a little bit different. But a really one a lot of people are going to want is the Maxine Dupree. Of course, you need her to go with Chad Gable. Tozawa, if you want to put the old Tozawa in there. And, of course, Otis. You can build out Chad Gable and his crew right there. The Alpha Academy, if you will. But looks really good. First time in the line as well. Always doing really well. Love the old thank you hands for her. Really attention to detail where the basics were really basic. Main events have really turned main events, and this is one of those strong showings. And then we get a guy no stranger to the line. Basically a re-release, and we're seeing a little bit of a theme in that in the main event. It's getting some of the characters we had in prior form in basic, making a main event with the new articulation and maybe some color changes. And that's where we're at with this Eddie Guerrero. And Eddie Guerrero going to be the Chase in this one as well. So it really depends. How do you like your Chase Eddie Guerrero, or do you like your regular? Or why not both, as I do say. But Eddie Guerrero, no stranger to Mattel lines over the last couple of years, returning to the basic assortment in main event Series 149. And then a sleeper one, and one that I would have thrown in kind of the Sheamus bucket, but I'm taking that back. Very excited to get this version of The Miz. Comes with sunglasses accessories, which is a huge win if you ask me. And then very similar to Seth Rollins, but this time in purple, a translucent suit. And Miz has had some wild suits. I don't know if you ever wore this one, honestly, but it does look really, really good. I really want this Miz in my collection. So 149 could be the main event series of the year, hands down. But we do turn our attention to Series 150, which was also announced at the same time, or not necessarily announced, but the images were shown. We'd expect all these will be on display at San Diego Comic-Con, I would have to imagine. But we do get Rey Mysterio, another young version of Rey Mysterio, which isn't all bad. I would prefer older throwback Rey Mysterios to modern day Reys. I feel like we've been beaten over the head with Rey Mysterios of the modern day. So this does work good as a WCW flashback. Great on your WCW Monday Night Wars shelf, whatever you want to do there. We do get The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, two of the heaviest of heavy hitters. A lot of people have them on their Mount Rushmore, and you really can't argue it. However, it just feels like a lot have been there before. Obviously, once again, new articulation for these two, especially that Stone Cold. I felt like this one was just out not too long ago in like a Championship Showdown pack or something like that. But it is Austin, it is Rock in a basic main event level. If that's your thing, pick those up. And then speaking of kind of felt like I've been there before, going back to Lita, obviously new articulation, but very, very similar to the 2-pack we got with Trish Stratus a year and a half, 2 years ago. What is time? I even know a store up in Minnesota that still has that on the pegs, but it looks to be a little bit of a re-release. Need to put those two side by side. I might be able to pass on this Lita. I just don't know if there's enough meat on the bone for me. You got some new hands for it. That is new, of course, the articulation, but not sure there's enough meat on the bone. This could be one of those ones you wait for ringside for a $3.99 sale for the holidays. That's where I might sit on that one there. But then the one that's really going to get everybody excited, and he is in the regular, he is, of course, the Chase as well. It is the return to Mattel with CM Punk. So this will be the first one. Basically a rehash of an old basic with the updated articulation. When I close my eyes and think of CM Punk, I don't really think of the Wolverine sideburns as the first thing I think of, but that's what they're going to dole out here. You've got the different trunks going on and with him, so pick your own adventure, choose your own adventure. Very similar to the Eddie Guerrero. Do you want both? Do you want one? Want the other? It's up to you. You got to vote with your wallet at the end of the day. But a good look in CM Punk, all things considered. I see what they're doing there. It's just maybe we wanted something more current would be nice, or something that we missed in the past. But kind of a rehash there. But it makes sense, though, when you put that business hat on. So that is it. That is the quick little update. Things are going to be coming fast and furious at us, it looks like, as we ramp up to San Diego Comic-Con, basically about a month away at this point. Should be very exciting to see how we finish the back half with Mattel of 2024 and into early 2025. What surprises are there going to be? You know, it sounds like there might be a Cody Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes 2-pack on the horizon. There might be some other exciting surprises along the way. I would love to see a return to the territories. Love to see some more Ultimate Editions. I got to think there's going to be a lot of that and a whole lot more from San Diego Comic-Con from the Mattel team. And we'll be there. I'll be there covering it from San Diego, checking it out firsthand. We'll see what happens. So stay tuned to that. And the best way to stay tuned is, of course, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you're following along, all that kind of stuff. Checking out the Patreon. Of course, your best way to support the channel. Pro Wrestling Tees, search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for a little Mattel Wrestling news, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.